How many of you can recall that we just recently learned about currents and circuits in class? As you may remember, you can start a current in a circuit by shining a light on a metal plate. When you shine light on a piece of metal, electrons are released. This is known as the photoelectric effect. Photo, which means light, and electric, which means current. By definition, a photoelectron is an electron that is emitted from a solid surface by the action of light. The solid surface can either be a metal or non-metal. However, there is a certain threshold of light frequency that is required for electrons to be released. For alkali metals, only visible light is required for the emission of electrons. Other metals require near ultraviolet light, and extreme ultraviolet radiation is needed for nonmetals. It takes less than 10 to the negative 9th second for electrons to be emitted after light has hit the object surface. What causes the electrons to be emitted? We already know that light has to be greater than a certain threshold frequency for electrons to be released. Light is made up of bundles of energy known as photons. Photons carry light, energy, and momentum. They have zero mass and are always in motion. They move at a constant velocity of 2.9979 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. Photons can be created or destroyed when light is absorbed or emitted. In the photoelectric effect, energy from a photon transfers with a single electron and knocks the electron from the object surface. The ejected electrons are called photoelectrons. Since electrons have a negative charge, when they are emitted from the object surface, the object is given a positive charge. This, in turn, produces an electric current. This is how solar energy works. Solar energy can be categorized into solar panels, which are installed on a home, solar-powered calculators, which are used in math class, or even the solar panel satellites that orbit around the Earth. The photoelectric effect was first observed in 1887 Hertz discovered that negatively charged particles, which are also known as electrons, were emitted from metal under the influence of light. Einstein is mainly known for his work on relativity. However, he also played a major role in the development of the photoelectric effect. Einstein was the first person to propose that light is made up of photons, a term that was coined by Gilbert Lewis in 1929. Photons are the particles that cause the release of electrons from an object. Einstein believed that the photoelectric effect could be represented by the equation HV equals W plus E. This means that the energy of a photon is equal to the energy needed to remove an electron, plus the kinetic energy of the electron that is being released. Einstein won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1921 for his work on relativity and the photoelectric effect. Robert Millikan carried out experimentation in 1915 which confirmed Einstein's theory. Millikan also won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1923 for his works on the photoelectric effect. The photoelectric effect is the explanation for how solar panels work. So why aren't solar panels installed on every home? Why don't all cars use solar energy? Using solar energy would reduce the dependence on fossil fuels. Solar energy is clean, free, reliable, and is infinitely renewable. The photoelectric effect can already be used for so much, such as describing how solar panels work, and as more research is done and as time progresses, the photoelectric effect will also be able to find new alternatives for energy usage, along with so much more.